Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. And this video I do want to hear what do you guys have to say. So the purpose of this video is largely to get the feedback from you guys and figure out where do you as a community stand in regards of these greater Banquet crystals, because obviously there has been quite a lot of discussion of their quality and the items that are involved. And there are some extremely, let's say, unpopular choices this year around. Seems that every year Kabam is extremely eager to add more stuff in these things without realizing that they are just diluting the essence of why people want to acquire these, and often it can kind of backfire. And this year I do think that Kabam did end up shooting themselves in the foot personally. But again, obviously this video is not meant to be me complaining about greater Banquet crystals. Quite on the contrary, I do want to hear what you guys think primarily, and obviously I will offer you guys my own personal opinion. And in a kind of weird roundabout way, I am kind of happy that they made these crystals relatively poopy in a sense. And let me explain where I'm coming from with that. Obviously, your own personal experience with these will largely depend on what type of RNG you guys will get, because, you know, you can get a full tier 6 basic catalyst or tier 3 alpha in there, some exclusive champions, but at the same time, Kabam has added a 5% chance for tier 4 class catalysts. Kabam has added nearly a 10% chance to get scrap starting with as little as 50,000. You can also get 1,000 6-star shards, which, you know, in 2022, in my opinion, for majority of the players is not worth 3,000 units, let alone 10,000 5-star shards. For the higher end players, they really do not mean too much there. Then you can also acquire 5-star hero crystal, I think, or something like that, and obviously the tier 2 alphas, which is again nothing that's overly kind of like in demand in a sense. So there is quite a lot of miss. If we quickly add the percentages of you getting something quite awful here, then we have 10% in scrap, 5% in tier 4 class catalyst crystals, then we have another 5 and 3% in the Cavalier crystals and Nexus crystals, which ultimately I do consider to be kind of meh or fail. So that adds to 3% here. And then you can also get, you know, minimal amounts of 6-star shards, which let's say at about 25% chance to get something quite unfortunate. Another 8% chance to get 5-star hero crystal shards, which, you know, on my personal perspective would also not be great. So about 30% chance to get something that you're not particularly happy with here. And then let's add in just a basic and let's just add in a basic tier 12 fragments as well, which is 7 point. So 37, then tier 5 basics, you know, I'm not after those in particular fashion either. So that is about 40% chance to get something that you don't particularly want, or at the very least you definitely do not value for 300 units. As a good example here is you can get 2 tier 2 alphas, and then you go to the catalyst event, and if you need 2 tier 2 alphas, that's 120 units. So for 300 units you could get 5 tier 2 alphas instead of 2 that, for instance, pops out of this crystal. Or when you get the tier 4 CCs, even though they do give you 10 of those, still again you can get more and better, you know, just by buying them with units. Obviously there are still extremely valuable items in there, and there is a huge difference of you pulling 6-star Awakening Gem or a 6-star Jessica Jones or tier 3 alpha catalyst to those other items. But I do think that Kabam basically polluting this crystal with about 40+% junk at the very least has made it much easier for me not to want to open them. And I do like that. I do like that quite a bit more than if they had made them, like, you know, extremely lucrative, where it'd be kind of silly not to try and get as many of them. And then the second thing that I find better than what I thought it would be, and this is purely from a competitive standpoint that will not affect majority of the players, is the fact that you do have that 1.5% chance to get tier 6 class catalyst fragments. However, not only there are 6 classes of tier 6 class catalysts, not only you get, you know, there's only 1.5% chance to acquire them, but also you need 3 of these catalysts fully formed in order to be able to rank up something. And all those factors combined together with the fact that I think you only get like 2,850 fragments, so like 5% of a catalyst, pretty much means that this year, unlike the previous year, we will not likely see too many people with full profiles of rank 5 6-star champions like we did with rank 4 6-star champions last year around. So it doesn't also have as much of an impact, even if somebody goes ahead and buys, I don't know, $40,000 worth of units and these crystals. It is still quite unlikely that they're going to form, you know, the needed amount of catalyst unless they were already close. So I'm sure that there will be somebody who ends up with a rank 5 before the event is over, or there could potentially be somebody, but it definitely will not be as big of a destabilizing effect due to the fact that, unlike before, where we were chasing generic resources, where, you know, we basically just needed to get 2 different catalysts. This time around, it's 6 different catalysts that you need to get, and also the quantities are very, very small for the fact that you need full on 3 of these. So ultimately, I do think Kabam sort of shot themselves in the foot here, both in regards of the whaliest of the whales, and also in regards of the more casual spenders, and let alone, you know, people who spend little. Like, I definitely have absolutely no problem, you know, not opening these in any major quantities. I'm happy for everybody that does get lucky, but the temptation is significantly less than it was like last and previous years, for which I'm quite okay with that. Ultimately, obviously, the majority of the rewards still are going to be in the solo event, where that will be incentive enough for these whales to go crazy and open a ton of crystals, and we all know that they will. But the fact that the crystals themselves are not necessarily as attractive as they could have been is definitely, I don't know, a good dose of copium, I would say. And at the same time, I do think that there will be quite a few players who just kind of, you know, get the free stuff, get the milestones, and then kind of leave that event alone. So, comparatively speaking, with the last year's event, I do think this one is definitely kind of like less damaging and less greedy once you actually get to open these crystals and stuff like that. So, on a personal note, I think the crystals are quite underwhelming, which kind of ironically, I'm okay with. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think these crystals are awesome? How has your luck been? Do you enjoy getting scrap in your Greater Banquet crystals and all that other stuff? But yeah, I'm definitely okay with not going crazy for these. Let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about